This not daily rant to my people. But too loud, make I give you simple. Street they talk, but my heart they filter. Now I bring 'em raw daily rant. This not daily rant to my people. But too loud, make I give you simple. Street they talk, but my heart they filter. Now I bring 'em raw daily rant.
Wait again for this thing to work. I think we're ready. Hi viewers, welcome to another episode of a Daily Rant. Like I've always said, if you don't know who I am, you need Jesus and Muhammad to come and punish you together at the same time. Yes. I'm not gonna be nice. I woke up this morning and I choose violence. Just call me Lex. My name is Lex. I come in peace, but I'll put you in pieces. I'll put you in pieces with my own version of what I call pure honesty. I'm not here to tell you that I am the voice of the smartest, but I have something that's called common sense, and my common sense is not common anymore. Because I see between the bullshit and the lies and the forgates. Legs in the house. So, one thing again before I continue this live stream, please don't be stingy enough. You need to subscribe. Alright? You can see all the platforms are there. Subscribe. We're doing big things this year. We're gonna try to make sure we break into the mainstream so they can see our face and get to know who we are. As part of my live stream is that I don't try to claim here that I'm the most smartest person in the world or my point of view is the best, but I think I bring something a little more unique, put a little bit of flavor into it. Some jokes, some truth, some honesty. I give you my sincere observation of what I see. That's what I talk about. Now, today we're gonna go talk about the people that look like you and I. I'm talking about my African brothers and sisters. Now we do it again. We do the same thing. I've cried so many times. So in the spirit of transparency, I'm one of those people that have publicly said that Africa, we don't need democracy. We need leadership. Okay? Because the method of governance that we have in Africa does not suit Africans very well because our culture, the way we like to do things is completely different. And at the same time, it's not like you can really borrow foreign concepts to implement it or you break it down, you see exactly what you can take from it. Like I said yesterday about the old China economy and how they've kind of improved themselves from what they used to be back in the 60s compared to what they are today. And all of this conversation is not to try to point or show particular people like they're bad people or whatever it is that we're talking about improving quality of life. That's what it always comes down to. It comes down to the quality of life. So that's where my perspective comes from. All right? I'll say it again one more time. I'm not the smartest cat in the room, but I know one or two things that I might be able to use to educate. So please, if you're watching right now, don't be stingy. Just click the subscribe button. It's free. You don't have to pay nothing for it. It's completely free. So subscribe. If you don't subscribe, I'll send Jesus, Muhammad, and I'll send Trump to come and catch you. Allegedly. Pause. All right, what do I have today? You see the prompt. Maybe that's why Klink said, who is this Mombutu Mombufa? I'm the Mombutu Mombufa from Nigeria. So I'm going to talk the truth to you. All right? And I don't base in Nigeria, so don't get it twisted. Now, you see the prompt. Africa is electing the same man again. The whole world is advancing, moving forward. We're having these old cargoes still leading. I want to play you what this man said. It literally blew my mind. All right? I want to show you this man. This is not to say my shout out to my Ugandan brothers and sisters over there. This is not to take a dump at you guys, but when are we going to stop doing this? When are we going to allow these old Mombuta that they've been there since dinosaur moment to give the chance for the new generation for them to take Africa to the next place? When are we going to allow that to happen? When? When are we going to allow the new generation for them to come and lead? Let me show you this old cargo. Not disrespect to this man at all. Not disrespecting. Papa, you are old. Let it go. Papa, you are old. Let it go. Let the next generation lead us into next thing. There has to be a duration. I don't know very much about Uganda, but it's not to do with the man itself. It's just to do with how times has been. We need fresh perspective, fresh blood, fresh thinking. So, let me show you the news when it broke. So in place of transparency, because I am not media, I'm not sponsored by CNN or ABC or CBA or whatever they want to call their name. No, I'm all about observing what is real, and I give you perspective from pure honesty, not propaganda bullshit. Hey, and my live stream, I'm not here to give you the whole YouTube production of, very nice, and fuck that. I'll tell you the truth. It hurt your feelings. I don't give a shit. Listen yourself.
Let's talk about Uganda's election aftermath, because this is turning into a familiar pattern. President Yoweri Museveni is claiming a decisive win, and the opposition is rejecting the outcome, citing intimidation, disruptions, and alleged fraud. Museveni, who has ruled for decades and is one of Africa's longest-serving leaders, says the results prove his party's dominance and the public's trust. The official outcome gives him another term, a seventh, stretching his rule toward 5 decades in power. But opposition leader Bobby Wine, the musician turned politician whose real name is Chukwuyani Setamu, says this election was not free or fair. Wine has posted videos and claims of alleged ballot stuffing and intimidation of his election representatives. Authorities have not publicly validated those specific claims, but the election was widely marked by major disruptions. Here are the confirmed flashpoints. There was a days-long internet shutdown, and there were reported failures of biometric voter identification machines, which caused delays in voting, including in the capital, Kampala. Those biometric failures are expected to be central to any legal challenge that Wine may file. The campaign season was also heavily securitized. Wine has said he was harassed and followed, and that authorities used tear gas against his supporters. He campaigned wearing protective gear, including a flak jacket and helmet, citing security fears. Museveni, for his part, accused opposition figures of trying to foment violence during voting and urged religious leaders to keep young people from being drawn into unrest. He also alleged that at least 7 opposition supporters linked to a losing parliamentary candidate were killed after a violent incident involving an attack on a polling station, a claim that underscores the broader reality. Uganda's elections routinely operate under a shadow of force. Uganda hasn't had a peaceful transfer of presidential power since independence. That's the context that matters. When the same leader wins again and again, the legal process becomes the only lane left, and even that lane is narrow because courts have previously rejected opposition efforts to overturn results, even while recommending electoral reforms. Uganda's political future remains locked in a cycle where elections happen, results are declared, the opposition disputes them, and the state security machine sets the boundaries of what change is allowed to look like.
So please go and give this man a follow on his live on his social media, because I like to do that to give credit to those who actually owns the content. But I'm just borrowing some of the things that he said. So now let me give you my 2 cents now. In case you don't know, this man is 81 years old. Let me say it again. In the whole of Uganda, you want to tell me that an 81-year-old man needs to lead us to the future? No, I'm talking on behalf of the Ugandan. I'm not Ugandan, but I'm an African. So you want to tell me an 81-year-old man will lead us to the future? I want you to listen to this man. Because I need to give a little more context so you can really understand. Listen.
If I'm available, not dead, not senile, but I'm still around, and I have some knowledge. If you are really serious about your country, why would you not want to take advantage of me if I'm still able?
I mean, what do you think of the young people who do want change, who want someone else to govern? Do you think that that's not sensible? That was what you wanted as a rebel leader.
No, me, I did not. I was actually dying to work with old people because we needed them. Unless you are not serious, these problems are big problems. And if you have got a big problem, the more hands, the better.
Youth unemployment, it's still very high, and young people feel like they need more opportunities. And when an internet shutdown happens, they feel repressed, they feel silenced because the internet is a tool of the youth. What are you offering them substantially over the next 5 years?
We are the ones who built the internet, the one you are talking about. We are the ones who built it. So the shutting it down is because of dealing with criminals who want to use that infrastructure to destabilize our country. It is temporary, it is short term, but we're the ones who built the internet.
Do you believe there hasn't been a single candidate that could take your place in the last 6 election cycles?
They cannot, they would have been elected if they were there. They were not elected.
I mean, every election since 1996 has been marred by accusations of rigging, of repression, of crushing opposition and voices of dissent.
The only people who rig are the opposition. It is not us.
Then they would have won if they'd rigged it.
They are not able to, because we are so popular, that even if they rig, they can't manage to overturn or defeat us. We are so popular.
President Museveni, I want to ask you about your main contender, Bobi Wine. Your government has targeted him quite aggressively since 2018. Why? What threat does he pose to Uganda?
Bobi Wine breaks the law. That's why there are other people in opposition. You don't find having problems with them. But if you take each case, you'll find that he's breaking the law.
But why the violence? Why the violence from your security forces?
It is Bobi Wine who is violent.
I mean, his supporters have been beaten with batons. One has been shot in the head.
The beating was a mistake, but the Bobi Wine, you see, these towns here are quite crowded. So we don't encourage processions or rallies in the towns, in the streets.
You've ruled Uganda for half your life. Are you planning to rule for the rest of your life?
That is for the people to decide.
Ladies and gentlemen, and this is me speaking as a non-Ugandan. I don't know what this man has done or what this man hasn't done. This is not about trying to talk for the sake of talking. I want you to look at this man with no disrespect to the president. No disrespect. I want you to take a look at this man. This man is 81 years old. This man was 81 years old. He is still 81 years old. And this man is still ruling a country basically over 40 years. For over 40 years, he's been in charge of Uganda. And yet, in those 40 years, what has Uganda achieved in 40 years? If I was a CEO of a company for 40 years, it just asks a lot of questions though that I still don't understand. Is it really that difficult that the colonization is really destroyed, that we don't aspire to build anything good or to create anything good? So we so much hate colonization so much, and yet their system is the same system that we use till today. We use the same system to today to justify a lot of some of the most horrific shit. This man is 81 years old. And he is still leading a country for over 40 years. For over 40 years, this man has been ruling this country. And yet, this country has nothing to show for it. While in that amount of time, with all the restrictions that places like China has, China became the best economy in the entire world. China too went through hardship. Japan used to walk around their backyard like it's their own house. Like, I seriously I want some serious justification. Now, leave colonization and leave white men alone on this one. Africans, what are we doing? You see, the mentality itself is one thing. The lack of ability to critical think and understand the significant impact that behavior like this have on the next generation, that one is astonishing. This man has been leading a country for over 40 years and there is nothing he can show for it. And this man shut down the internet. Like, you cannot make this shit up. The same thing happened, I think it was in Nepal or Bangladesh. I think I remember what it was. The youth completely destroyed the country until they elected a new prime minister. This has nothing to do with him if he's a good man or not. This has nothing to do with he's a good man or not. Nothing. This is everything to do with doing what is right or what is wrong. This man has been ruling this country for 40 years. And yet, at 81 years old, he still feels his job is not done. And he wouldn't give the chance for the next generation, while he can be the godfather and stay there and help them. Let someone else come in, have a fresh perspective on how they can lead the future moving forward. These old motherfuckers, when are you guys going to leave the next generation for them to lead? When? You guys, you got to understand something. The problem with Africa is that they know what to do to not only just liberate, but because of the system is benefiting all these old motherfuckers, they wouldn't want to leave. They will not want to leave. These motherfuckers will rather want to be in power forever. And yet there is nothing to show for it. Nothing. At 81 years old, how much weeks do you have left? Now, what's going to happen is that I can promise you, he knows that he's on borrowed time. He will have somebody already that they've elected that if anything happens, you come and take over, because they don't want whoever the opposition is to come and rule. It's the same concept. The godfatherism that still destroy Africa to today, that it still keeps the perception that the entire world is that we're poor because of people like this will never let the young generation come in and actually replace and change this old system and old ideology. I'll say again one more time. I have no problem with the man. But the man is 81 years old. How long does he need to breathe? And that's the problem with Africa. These old fuckers, you guys need to get off the seat. Let the younger generation to start changing things. Then you can stay on the side and direct and help. Get off the seat. You money hungry motherfuckers. Get off the seat. All of you, you are nothing but a fucking disgrace to our generation. All of you. These African leaders, the desire for them to stay in control, it supersedes the suffering that everyday Africans feel back home and abroad. The control at 81 years old, who in the right frame of mind still wants to rule a country at 81 years old? Maybe there's some people who pull in the strings. And even though that's the case, when the selflessness comes into it, when the sacrificing for the next generation comes into it, and this is why most of the time Africa is a laughing stock. Because these old bastards, they would never want to get off to allow the younger generation for them to come in and try and help. For them to give a different perspective. For them to make a whole different kind of mistakes that will highlight some of the horrific things that's happened in the past so they can start filling in the gap, filling in the hole, and changing things, improving the life of the citizens. There's this nostalgia about these old bastards is that you got to understand, see, all these old men in Africa, many of them, you're too stupid to really understand that your old fucking ways, it doesn't work in this modern time. These leaders, I swear to God, it's like something out of a movie box. Look at this man. I give him he has a couple of months left. He could hardly even put in words. And this man is winning another election again. The next person who was running against him, this man has been there since when this man was 4 years old. I have no problem with this man. He could be a good president. I don't give a shit. At 81 years old, what are you still trying to rule for? This is another thing again that is so fucking stupid is that these old bastards, whatever knowledge they have, they'll rather sit there and die with that knowledge. They don't want to teach and pass those knowledge to the next generation. Nah. Pride and ego is our fucking problems as Africans. Pride and ego. Good motherfucking Lord. Our pride and ego is still part of the things that's keeping us poor. Our pride. We're so fucking prideful, we don't understand that the world has moved way beyond that. Forget your nostalgia about Africa, those old ways. That shit doesn't fly. There's some cultural things you can keep, but at fucking 81 years old, why are you still trying to rule a country? Why? I fucking want someone to give me a good justification for it. The latest stage in your life that you can use to rest, can you be celebrated for what you've done, for whatever good thing you did? No, he still wants to rule. Even though they're pulling your strings, can't you tell them that I'm too old to do it? Because if I go back to the first thing that he said, when he started the live stream, look at the very first thing this man said. And that was where I had the problem with. Listen again.
If I'm available, not dead, not senile, but I'm still around, and I have some knowledge. If you are really serious about your country, why would you not want to take advantage of me?
Then get off the fucking seat. If you want us to take advantage of you while you're still so-called alive, get off the seat. Let someone who's younger come in and do something. Why must these motherfuckers want to be there and die there? Why? Look at him. Same thing with Cameroon. I think same thing too with Congo or something like that. There are a lot of, like these old bastards, they want to stay in power forever. You want to consume, nom, 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 nom. eats money like you, like a motherfucker. That is all they do. Leave the seats. Get off. Let someone younger come in, have a fresh perspective, fresh idea. Then you can stay there as a godfather and support. No. You want to sit there because they want to keep that old. All these old men still thinks that this shit is still like dynamite or gold. And this is why Africa is still a laughing stock, because the entire world, they're progressing, moving forward. No, we are not. Because you still have jaded people like this. Same thing as that idiot one, that Kagame or whatever they fucking call his name to. It's the same thing. They never give room for fresh perspective. If you have a fresh perspective, hey, listen to your elders. Your elders are talking. It's because our fucking problem as Africans is that our pride and our ego is limiting us so much. We have the best potential on the planet of this earth, but our ego and our pride is our fucking problem. Ego and pride. A fucking egotistics to the point that it's gushing around. We call it confidence. No, it's fucking ego. Put your fucking ego down and you can change, because if fucking China can do it in 50 years, what makes you think with all the resources that we have, we can literally do it in after time? But no, we will not get to do it. Because we have men like this that decide that they want to stay in power and rule. Let's go to the next video, Jare. I don't want to waste my energy today. I mean, such a good spirit before, but fucking hell, man. This is why shit is still the same thing. This is why internationally, Africans get looked down on everywhere. Every other country in the world will get a visa, will ask Africans to go through, like some of the most, we have to humiliate ourselves to get visa. But when they want to travel to Africa, they don't have to do very much because they're seen as the best people. And we all know how that works.
For the rest of your life.
I don't even want to listen to him, I beg. Get the fuck out of here. You understand? Get the fuck out of here. I don't want to listen to him. Let's go to another news.
Police are considering fining pedestrians who use headphones and earbuds while crossing the road. Authorities estimate that at least 5 pedestrians are hit by cars every single day as a result. In the second largest city, Bulawayo, 77 people were killed and 126 injured in crashes linked to personal listening devices last year. Police say headphones and earbuds block warning sounds from drivers, raising the risk of deadly collisions. But are fines the answer?
Starting point is to raise awareness. People must know the dangers of earphones, especially when they're in town and busy areas. If people are aware, then I think it's okay. It's wrong to arrest a person who commits a mistake because he doesn't know.
So I think it's good to give caution and do some campaigns, but I think it's not fair to impose a fine.
As Zimbabwe's police push for tougher rules, the question remains: can citizens listen to the call to change reckless behaviors on Zimbabwe's roads?
And that's the thing again. If you're an African that you're walking around and you're paying attention to the road, Africans, what are we doing, man? I can't even believe this is even in the news, that we need to be concerned now that you're walking across the road because you have headphones in your ears. What are they? Are they made out of Dread by Beats that you can't even hear the sound of a car coming? Let's move on, man. Next story.
Is in a fight for their diamonds and they're going to need backup. Let me bring you up to speed. Botswana's diamonds set the bar. Best quality, biggest stones, highest value. Diamonds aren't a side hustle, it's their national salary. So what's the problem? Well, everyone was clapping when Botswana and De Beers did a 50-50 split on Dipswana, the mining company. Botswana said, listen, the diamonds on our land. And De Beers, a famous British diamond company, said, that's cool. But we control the global supply chains, selling, distribution, pricing, that's all us. But it doesn't stop there. Botswana also owns 15% of De Beers. Why? Because Botswana understands a simple rule. He who controls the tap controls what? The water. But here's where the crisis is. Who owns the other 85% of De Beers? That's Anglo. That's the CEO of Duncan, by the way. And they want a divorce. See, Anglo A is a multinational mining giant, and they're looking for a way to restructure their portfolio to incorporate more green energy materials like copper, and they want to slowly walk away from diamonds because they believe that lab-grown diamonds is outdoing real diamonds. Anyway, so one would naturally think, perfect, sell the remaining 85% of De Beers to Botswana, full sovereignty on their national resource. But Anglo A won't do it. And they're saying it's not personal. They're saying that they're worried about a political risk. Like, what if Botswana goes through an instability, even though they've been with them since 1960? They're also saying, what about a financial risk? Can Botswana even afford De Beers? I think the offering price is around $4 billion. Would this drain Botswana's reserve, put a hole in their treasury? All they're trying to say is that they're worried it might be too big of a bite, and they're looking for a clean, private buyer from Qatar or maybe India. This is NL who's interested in buying it, who's going to offer that clean business transaction without that sovereignty talk. Did I just say sovereignty? Because guess who else is getting involved? The IMF. They sent a warning to Botswana not to increase its stake in De Beers, saying that it would make the country too dependent on diamonds and financially vulnerable. Funny considering Botswana is one of the 3 African countries who never borrowed from the IMF. Do you see what's going on here? The stalling is crazy. The competitors are increasing. I think they're at 8 right now. Botswana better pull strings fast if they want to own their national resource.
And that's the thing again. Ladies and gentlemen, we know the puppet master, they've started again. See, America, their hand is always in every cookie jar. IMF is America. Don't get it twisted. If you don't know, now you know. All right? So the America, they always like to put their hands in a little cookie jar that doesn't belong to them. All right? They like to borrow things and they never pay back. Like I showed yesterday, the UK ex-UK Prime Minister confessed on a live stream. I showed it here. He confessed that in 1979, Iran wanted to buy Kaboom from them for 400 billion pounds. They never delivered the item. And these are the same people that wear suits. You know, we want to do business, legit business. We know your criminal history is shit laughable. But yeah, you want to believe now I am a criminal. Ex-British leaders, they are not criminal. Because that is the perception the world is giving you, that you shouldn't believe what I say. You should believe what the UK government did. Because UK government they always do the right thing. It's the same thing as here. IMF is trying to put their hand in a lot of cookie jars that doesn't belong to them. You understand? You see the part? It's the same old shit. And this guy, I think the new Botswana president, he just came into power. Then they're gonna mess shit up. They start threatening. Oh, when they start giving you this, we're not really sure there's gonna be stability. So which means they kind of indirectly threaten you. They're telling you that if you leave, everything is not going to be stable. Because all these mining companies, I've said it before and I'll say it again. You see, the law is a fucking fugazi. Those paper, those contracts, and throw that contract away. I want my land back. Tell all these establishments, all these companies, they fuck off. Whatever deal they sign, I didn't sign the deal. Tear everything up, tear it. They don't even have every right to claim nothing. If you're not paying the current market value for what the resources are on the ground, fuck off. Take your badge on the wall, remove it, take it with you. That's what Africa should be doing. They shouldn't have 1 ounce of audacity to claim nothing. But no, we still want to see the world civilized. Civilized word is a delusional word, because the people who say they're civilized, everything about their nature is very barbaric. They will go to the worst length to give you justification for some of the most horrific thing you've ever heard. If you haven't seen it, I played the video yesterday. Go to the live stream and you check the video I posted yesterday. Ex-UK Prime Minister confessed it. They were supposed to give Iran products of 400 billion pounds. Pay money. Give them money back. Probably to today, they've never paid. I beg, come on for here. Let's move on to the next story. All right, now my body is about to boil now. I'm about to blow off. Pause. No Didi. But I'm about to blow off now. Listen.
National resource.
Hold on, I don't want to say anything that I haven't heard you say yet. I know you said that you don't believe that black people are made in the image of God. Do you believe that Asian people are made in the image of God?
It depends what you mean by the image of God. I mean, people walk around like hands, eyes, nose. Yeah, I mean, they're
okay, let me rephrase.
Monkeys, that eyes, nose. I mean, you could almost say they're made in the image of God. So no,
well, we know.
I'm talking about the spirit is not in the image of God.
Well, we know that obviously animals don't have the image of God. Let me rephrase the question. Do you believe that black people can go to heaven?
Well, first off, the only one who can get eternal life is those who give their lives to the Lord. So nobody goes to heaven because they have a certain color. White people don't go to heaven if they don't have, relationship with the Lord. So you can't say black people don't go to heaven. Do white people go to heaven? No, white people don't go to heaven either. It has that relationship with the Lord. Now, do black people can have that same relationship with the Lord? I don't believe so.
So if you don't think that they can have the same relationship with God that you have, then that would imply that they don't go to heaven, right?
If you're saying that, I'm not saying that.
Well, I feel like that's what you're implying. I'm just asking, just out of curiosity.
We have some.
Let me listen to this a little bit more. So because I like things in good context. All right, I'm not a rage-based individual. I'm not.
God. So no,
well, we know.
I'm talking about the spirit is not in the image of God.
Well, we know that obviously animals don't have the image of God. Let me rephrase the question. Do you believe that black people can go to heaven?
Well, first off, the only one who can get eternal life is those who give their lives to the Lord. So nobody goes to heaven because they have a certain color. White people don't go to heaven if they don't have a relationship with the Lord. So you can't say black people don't go to heaven. Do white people go to heaven? No, white people don't go to heaven either. It has that relationship with the Lord. Now, do black people can have that same relationship with the Lord? I don't believe so.
So black people cannot have the same relationship like you have with God. I will try not to crash out, like this generation used to say. Lex is crashing out. I'll try not to crash out. You see another inferior mindset, and people will go to this man church and say, in the name of God, in the name of Jesus, this man says that a black man cannot have the same relationship. And one of the things that Christians will say about, it's not all Christians that think like him. We just have to avoid him. So a lot of Christians, many of you're cowards. A lot of Christians, you're cowards. Yes, I said it. Many of you are cowards. And if you look into it, a lot of information let me realize that Christianity was in Africa before it ever came to Africa. Because that Christianity was different from yours. You guys give your own version, then you give us white Jesus too. Allegedly. He gave us white Jesus and we have to sing kumbaya to him. Look at this demeanor. It's confident saying that black people cannot have the same relationship as you white people do with God. Interesting. Let's just move on. Let's go to the next news.
We'll go to heaven, right?
If you're saying that, I'm not saying that.
Well, I feel like that's what you're implying. I'm just asking, just out of curiosity.
We have some news right now. 2 African countries, Burkina Faso and Mali, have officially banned United States citizens from entering their country. Why? Well, this comes after Donald Trump banned essentially people from Burkina Faso and Mali from coming into the United States of America, expanding his travel ban, which actually went into effect today. The bans from Burkina Faso and Mali have been announced from BBC. This tit for tat, where the United States bans people from certain African countries are now banning American citizens from coming into their territory. Well, it's only going to grow because the travel ban that Donald Trump is imposing is only growing. He is actively expanding the travel ban, not shrinking it as we head into 2026. And so expect a number of other countries to soon ban American citizens from entering their territory. I'll continue to provide you updates as always, so spread the word. Full updates on my Substack, linked in bio. Subscribe for free. Follow along for all the news you need to know about.
And that's the thing again. America, you see, it's fucking sad. It is sad. For content's sake, this is just allegedly content. See, Americans need to be banned everywhere in the world. I know for some reason there's this Ethiopian belief that they're visa free to everywhere. Yeah, there's a lot of places. Yeah, But the international relation with America and I is getting worse by the day. Americans very soon you won't be able to go anywhere. Oh shit. So no, Trump keep giving everybody like Oprah. You get one, you get banned, you get banned, you get banned. Don't worry. They will do the same to you. Don't worry. Because you gotta understand something there. This is the knowledge that I know that I have. American economy is backed by what? Hey, nothing. Military? Yeah, your money is backed by your printer. American economy is backed by printer. And people must have to trust that printer, that the printer will work 55 hours a day. American economy is backed by printer. The one that just prints money. That is what American economy is backed on. So keep annihilating yourself and destroy international relationship everywhere. Keep allowing that your president, the best one. I was happy. I said, yeah, Trump won. Yes, let him win. Yes, vote for Trump. Yeah, they did. Bam, before you know. you get banned. You get banned. Trump to Oprah. You get banned. You get banned. Now the ones that say, hey, you ban us. Okay. Now America, you two get one. Mali say, you take that dildo. Pause, no Didi. Burkina Faso say, Trump, you take Didi in the back. That's what's going to be happening. Every country that's getting banned, they should retaliate back the same thing. Every tariff that American put on all these countries, the other countries should put the same tariff on America. Let's see how it's going to work. Like the days of waiting, in superior. What? They're going to shoot guns? Isn't that all they have? They will plan coup on alive people. Use media to create all kind of fake propaganda. Podcasts like this or live stream like this, they will never let it grow because we say a lot of truth. They will tell the algorithm to this one. He knows too much. No, give him only 20, 30 views. We don't need his voice. Yes, America, continue. Don't worry. You see, I've said something before and I keep saying it. It's called the sins of the father. Unborn kids in America will be the one to suffer this in the future. Okay? The kids that didn't do anything, they will be the one to suffer for it because they generate like those people that annihilate all the relationship with the rest of the world because they want to stay in power. Because yeah, let's go to the next video. I don't even want to waste my time with all this nonsense.
I think the people out there whose jobs have been pissed up against the wall don't thank you for it.
Are you saying, Mr. Packer, that you don't think Parliament has the right to inquire into the print media?
Yes, I am saying exactly that.
And
you seem to be completely unaware of the Constitution of Australia, which you, as a politician, have to abide by the same as everybody else. My view is that under the Constitution, you don't have the right.
Well, the lawyers...
No, it can go... The lawyers also hold that view almost equally, whether you do or whether you don't. Now, if you really want to, you can go to the High Court and find out.
No lawyer who's come before us has questioned that we have the right to do that.
Maybe you haven't asked them the question. There must be 10,000 new laws being passed. And I don't really think it's that much better place. And I'd like to make a suggestion to you, which I think would be far more useful. If you want to pass a new law, why don't you only do it when you've repealed an old one? I mean, this idea of just passing legislation, every time someone blinks is a nonsense. Nobody knows it, nobody understands it. You've got to be a lawyer. They've got books up to here. Purely and simply to do the things we used to do. And every time you pass a law, you take somebody's privileges away from them. Well, I just got through telling you what I thought about that. And what you're saying is exactly what the Four Corners program says. I am not evading tax in any way, shape or form. Now, of course I am minimising my tax, and if anybody in this country doesn't minimise their tax, they want their heads read. Because as a government, I can tell you, you're not spending it that well that we should be donating extra.
I want this man to adopt me. Whoever this man is, he needs to adopt me. Chai! I've never seen... Put your butt to it and let me... I want that man to adopt me. Whoever that man is, I'm actually going to Google him. I'll research him. Talking about saying it the way it needs to be said. It's a delusion for us to live in this time to think They've just passed all kind of laws in Australia now. Now there's all kind. I'm not even interested in it. I'll stay with my African situation because now there is no freedom of speech. There's never been one, and that's just an illusion. There's never been one. If you're not liked by the right sort of people to like you, you're gonna get fucked. Pause. No diddy. If you're never liked by the people that's supposed to like you, they're gonna hold you accountable for something that you said but you didn't mean it. You might mean something but you don't say it. You understand? The world we live in right now, I've told you, the most corrupt people you find on the planet of this earth. I'm not stalling. They're fucking politicians. Because they know the law. They don't even have to know the law. Because they're elected, they have this autonomy of like, yeah, I can question you. How about we start doing this? It should be leadership, right? Why can't all these leaders from all these countries tell them to start showing us their tax return? Yeah. Show us how much you paid in tax. You think many of them pay tax? You got to be stupid if you think they pay tax. If you think they do anything by the law. They don't. They don't do nothing by the law. Everything they do is at their own benefit. They want to do whatever they can to benefit them first. That is how their mind works. But you, the law, we got to follow the rule of law. Law is a fugazi. Let me do my rant now. Let me put the this in here to let you know. Let me do my rant. Law is a fugazi. Law is fictional. Let me tell you something. This is my revelation lately. See, laws are lies. Laws, they are lies. I'll tell you why they're lies. Because law is one thing. How you implement those laws is another thing. The people who choose to respect those laws, that is another thing. Go and check some of the most horrific things you ever see on the planet of this earth is backed by some fucking law with some sort of like a clause behind it. Subsection this, subsection that is just a loophole just in case to give some probability of ignorance of some sort. Because there's always the justification. Always. There's going to be one justification one way or the other. This is how the system has been designed. The system is to keep the elite, keep them where they are. You beneath them. When they tell you to shush, you shush. You don't argue back. So this is why I said it the other day. I played the video to yesterday. I said it last day. Listen, simple. Let us all work 6 months. Put food in the house. Nobody should go to work. You want to really incite change? We have to hit them where it really meets them. It's money. Money is their God. I can scream from now till eternity. It won't change shit. You heard what the man said? He said they just pass law. It's the same thing. They just pass any kind of law. Just pass one law. Like the idea that you live in a time whereby, I have freedom of speech. No, there's freedom of speech. There's no freedom of consequences. There is none. Because you say something that really annoys somebody, they're gonna come fuck you up. Pause. No diddy. I'm a comedian. Don't come for me. Hey, I just spoke my mind. Because it's so fucking stupid. It's not rocket science. Now, I want the educators to try and break this video down. Who is this village uncle here talking this mumbo jumbo? Yeah, call me Bonfu. Call me whatever you want to call me. But that conscience will keep hitting you up. Pause. Yeah, the conscience will keep, because it's the truth. The truth strikes, it hurts. Law is an illusion because it's never been able to implement the way the law was written. So which means if you know how to manipulate the law, you can basically do anything in this world. That is why some of the richest people in this world, they're lawyers, because they know the law. You can commit almost any crime. If you have the best lawyer, you have a 50% chance you're going to get away with it. Just think about that for a second. Wait for it. You can commit the most horrific crime on the planet of this earth. If you have the best lawyer, you have 50% chance to get away with it. Even though you were caught red-handed like this, you get the best lawyer, you get away with it. And tell me, where is the morality in that? What is the act of doing what is right or doing what is wrong? So we need to start waking up that we live in a time that we need to take matters into our own. There's some things that we subscribe to. We need to stop subscribing to it. I'm not talking about YouTube subscribers. No. There's a lot of ideology and perception that a lot of people can't critically think for themselves. Yeah, I am a critical thinker. I don't think like the Americans think. I don't want that you're thinking mumbo jumbo nonsense. No, I think for myself. I'm not influenced by anyone. You might tell me something. I might see something. I'm happy to analyze it myself. If I choose to go with it, fine. If I don't choose to go with it, I don't. No, at all. Because this law of a thing is a fugazi. The law is to keep the elite above the poor. The law is a lot of justification of horrific thing. The problem is that it's the implementation of law and the people who can buy themselves away from horrific thing. The Epstein list, allegedly. You're never gonna find it. So stop asking. Yeah. Oh, if they ever show you what's in that list, kaboom. Because that's the truth. So I want the educators to come and educate me on this one. Show me the lie. I want that man to adopt me, if that man is still alive. That is the most direct, honest thing I've ever heard in my life. And I promise you, if somebody that looks like Muzumbu like me said what that man said, oh, they'll... That's what they'd always do. You dare say truth to the power? It's not like they will silence you. They will silence your generation. They'll pitch you. You know, when you a chicken, when you're taking off the weather, in a village, you put hot water. They will take off the feathers. That's what they will feather you out. If you enjoy this live stream, if you're watching right now, click the follow button and subscribe in all the social media platforms. Or else, I will send Trump with ISIS. I'll tell Trump to send ISIS to come and meet you. It's not funny, eh? So subscribe. If you don't want me to send Jesus and Muhammad to you, I'll tell them to come and knock your door. And I'll send Jehovah Witness too. You know they don't leave. Well, that is all I have for you this afternoon. Please do me a favor, share the link with your friends. Let's discuss. Ask yourself, an 81-year-old African president, does that even make sense? No, it doesn't. Because those old bastards, they will never let the new generation for them to come and try to help improve the country. This is why we have people like Trump. American president. He's still there at 70 or 80 something years old man. I'm sure he would love to still be there. Power. Want control over people so bad that you're willing to sell your morality for power. And that's the difference between you making it and you're not making it. You must be willing to sell your morality. And if you refuse to sell your morality, you can be the best truth teller in this world. It doesn't mean shit. Because you'll never be able to get to that point for you to live comfortably. No. You need to sell your morality for some little change. Have you ever heard in them Detroit streets, they say, you want to do something strange for some little change? It's called morality. Sell your morality, you'll be rich. If I want to go viral right now, I just need to put down my pants down or show you my packs, my one pack that I have. Used to have like 32 packs, but now it's one pack. When I had my 32 packs, if I show you Yeah, I just need to start showing my packs. Go back to gym for 6 weeks. I'll put everything back where it used to be. I'm telling you, it's just that you sell your morality, you'll be rich. Because there's a market for it. Degeneracy, lack of morality, power and greed. And one thing again by Africans, listen to me. I'll say this, I'm not stalling, I'm an African man. Until we put our pride away, we put our ego away, we're gonna keep being underneath everybody else. Africans, put your fucking pride away. Stop bringing all these old motherfuckers that they've been there since King Kong and dinosaurs. Remove them. We need youth people to come and change the future. All these old bastards, they've been there. Let me say it again one more time. Ladies and gentlemen, Nigeria, I'm a Nigerian. All my life, we don't have 24 hours electricity. And these motherfuckers, all of them, they've been borrowing money from IMF. Over $300 billion, and yet, still no light. Let that make sense. And those same motherfucker Tinubu say, he's going to represent Nigerian democracy. There is no fucking democracy. It's a fucking illusion. Shout out to Burkina Faso. May God continue to bless you, President Traore. See, the youth. Look at Mali. I'm telling you. Mali, Burkina Faso, Niger, Chad. All these countries, you see them in the next 10 years. They will be the best countries in Africa. It's not even close. Because there's selflessness. You see, to be a leader, you have to be selfless. Majority of these motherfuckers in this leadership role, they are not selfless people. They are greedy bastards. They are greedy as they come. They are willing to sell their own kids to stay in power. That is why a 90, yeah, there's one, that Cameroon idiot. Because this man, he just won an election again in Uganda. How? How can this man at his age, at 81 years old, let that make sense? These are the people that are supposed to take us to the future? Really? This man will take us to the future. Come on, people. Like I'll say again, I will keep using China as an example. Huh? You know, people say, Trump will say China.
I want to tell you one.
Huh? Trump will say China. Since wait, let me find out the video. Okay? Since 1960, in the 70s, let me show you China in the 70s. Let me take off my glasses. This is one of the villages in China. And look at what they are today. And you want to tell me, they're not as colonized as Africa is, or the white man. Yeah, white man excuse. I know the white man excuse is very prominent. It's one of the best excuses. Look at this. This was China in the 70s. Watch. Back then, the GDP was $3 billion. China. I don't want to go to China. Oh, China is fake. Look at China. Look at them now. Look at China now. The same China there. Hey, China. Oh, China. Oh, China is shit. Yeah. Look at them. Look at the infrastructure. Africans, put your fucking ego away and go and learn. Oh, we are not Asians. We are Africans. Yes. What can you show for it? Nothing. Mierda. Nothing. Look at that. You go from this. Then you get to this. Oh, you're doing something well. You've acquired a lot of knowledge. The problem with Africans is that we can't put our egos down. We cannot put our prides down. We have this old nostalgia about old things. Yo, I'm your elder. Hey, you should listen to your elder. Yeah, my elder. You motherfucker, you. The village is still looking like this. Why? You've been there since 19 whatever how long. This man has been there. And yet, Uganda hasn't improved. African leaders. Waiting happen. The greed is killing you. Eat, 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 chop, chop, money, boom. Oh yeah, I'm the leader of the country. I know what we are supposed to do. Shit, nothing. I'm tired of these stupid excuses. No more excuse with all these rich bastards. Because what? They want to stay in power and control. That is all they care about. They don't care about an average person. This same man has the same man, even more older than him, who is still living under $1 a day. Look at him. Look at his head like a roasted peanut. Look at him. He could be a good president. I don't know. I don't care. At 81 years old, get off the fucking seat. Let someone younger to come in to lead the future forward. No, these old bastards in Africa, they never leave. They never leave. They'll stay there. That's where they'll bury them. Let me show you another one again. Let me show you another one again. This is another leader again. Where is it? Cameroon. These are the list of them. It's only in Africa. Only. Where elders, they don't want to get off the seat. They want to stay there and unalive themselves there. Because they think it's their fucking right. They think it's their father's house. Look at this. Let's watch this together. Then I get out of this place. I don't want to stay here too long. Listen.
Cameroon has been in the news recently with its 92-year-old president Paul Biya winning an 8th term in office, extending his already 43-year rule. The country is effectively a gerontocracy, meaning a state governed by the elderly, which has its pros and cons. At 92 years old, Paul Biya is the world's oldest head of state. Other top officials in the country are in the same age bracket. Let's start with the legislature. The president of the Senate, Marcel Niat Njifenji, is 91 years old. He was born in October 1934. With nearly 6 decades of political experience, Njifenji was elected as president of the Senate in 2013. It's an important role. Apart from performing regular legislative duties, the president of the Senate is constitutionally empowered to become acting president if the country's president dies. He would lead the country to a new presidential election, but he is not eligible to contest in that election. Another top political leader is the president of the National Assembly, Kabaye Yegui Jibril. He is 85 years old. Born in February 1940, Jibril has been the president of the National Assembly since 1992. Now, let's turn to the armed forces. The Chief of Staff of the Cameroon Armed Forces is René Claude Meka. He was born in February 1939. The 86-year-old officer has been Cameroon's military chief since September 2001. The judiciary in Cameroon is equally managed by the elderly. The president of the Constitutional Court is 84-year-old Atangana Clement. After several decades working in the judiciary in Cameroon and internationally, Atangana Clement was appointed to his current role in 2018. The role of the Constitutional Council includes interpreting the Constitution and overseeing the conduct of elections and validating the results. Atangana Clement was the one who declared Paul Biya the winner of the October 12th presidential elections, allowing him to serve an 8th term. The Chief Justice of the Supreme Court of Cameroon is Daniel Mekobe Sone. The 79-year-old was appointed to this post in 2014. He was born in August 1946. The Minister of Justice is 83-year-old Laurent Esso. Born in August 1942, he took up his current role in 2011. Cameroon's population is about 30 million, and according to the United Nations, those aged 0 to 14 years represent 41% of the population, while those aged 15 to 65 years represent 56%. The relationship between age and leadership has been a subject of global debates. Some analysts say experienced elderly leaders offer wisdom, stability, historical insight, and mentorship. However, critics say the elderly may struggle with adapting to change, technological advancements, and physical demands, potentially hindering their performance and creating intergenerational tensions.
Tell me that makes sense. That is just one of the. Do you know there's about 4 or 5 African countries that is currently, as I'm speaking to you right now, in 2026, they rule in countries just like that. Because these old bastards, they want to stay there like fucking dinosaur egg. They don't want to get off the fucking seat. They don't want to create an environment for the next generation to come in and trying to help. Then they can guide. No, they don't want to do that. So Africans, this one, don't blame this one on a white man or colonization. This is not a hand of a white man or colonization. This is the end of me and you, because our lack of action, our lack of defiances against this fucking behavior is what is going to let the next generation pay for our actions. The same way the ones who came before us, they didn't do. Let's fucking call it out. What? It can breathe, I can breathe. He can walk, I can walk. He can talk, I can talk. He has his opinion, I have my fucking opinion. This shit needs to stop. Like, it fucking needs to stop. At fucking, look at just, that is just one country, Cameroon. You want to talk about my Nigerian country? Good Lord, have mercy on your soul. Some people are there. They were there when Nigeria got independent in 1960. They're still there till today. The underground king, the underground bosses, they're still there till today. Do you want to know the atrocity they've committed just in Nigeria alone? Africa is destabilized because of our fucking ego and our pride, because these bastards, they want to stay in power forever. Every other place in this world, they gravitate towards change and everything. Look, every other world they're moving forward, it's only Africa is still there. This is not some fucking colonization issue. This is the issue with us as Africans. The lack of leadership that we have. That is why a 81-year-old man can publicly go say, I want to re-elect again. And for the last 40 years, there's nothing to show for it. This one, you cannot blame this on colonization. We can adopt a system that doesn't work. Then when the fuck are we going to get rid of it? When? Oh, no, wait. We need another consultation from the white man. The white man needs to come and consult with us. And we pay billions of dollars for it to give us